O Lord, do I lift up my soul unto thee, O Lord? Do I lift up my soul, oh my God? I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed when my enemies triumph over me. You never wait on the change. You never wait on the shame. Oh my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed when my enemies triumph over me. Show me thy ways, oh my Lord. Show me thy ways, oh Lord. Oh my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed when my enemies triumph over me. Remember not the sins of my youth. Remember not the sins of my youth. Oh my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed when my enemies triumph over me.
Well, we need a little organization here, but as you know, this church sent a group of missionaries to Jamaica. As it started out, the Jamaicans sent a missionary to us. Remember that when that happened? When Christopher came and was our Bible worker in Claudine for a year. And so we thought, well, let's return the favor and go to Jamaica. And so we're going to give a little report now for all of those who were praying for us and who put money in the offering plate. Thank you very much for doing that. And took a lot of work, took a lot of money, but it was well worth it. And we're going to give a little report now. Someone was going to say, what was it? Oh, yes, we wanted learning objective. What's the learning objective for today? By the end of this, yeah, we want to, at the end of this presentation, we would like you all to sign up for the next mission trip and to donate money for the mission trip fund, which was depleted by about, I don't know, several $1,000s. Anyway, that's one of our goals of the church. We want to be a blessing to others because you know what? When we're blessing to others, it's a blessing to us, and that's what we want to kind of demonstrate that to you today.
So it's kind of disorganized, but we're just gonna pass the mic around and see well, we all had different experiences for everything, so we're just gonna speak on our behalf. So bear with us. So this is the map of Jamaica, and they're not small, but it's a medium-sized island. And for the second group, that one I know it took us, was it 3 stops? Yeah, we went from here to Florida, and then from there to Montego Bay, and then to Kingston. So that was a 3 flight for us. I don't know how it was for the first group. It was 3 for us. Does anyone want to say anything about the house?
I just want to say that I'm very glad not to be woken up by roosters anymore. Every single morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that's okay. They're beautiful animals, but we're like those stupid roosters. Those pictures were, that's the camp we stayed at. I guess would be like their Camp Mivadin. It'd be, like their church camp. It was a beautiful, beautiful camp, all sorts of fruit trees and beautiful flowers, and it was just like so pretty. And little paradise.
I'm not sure what that fruit is. What is it? Oh, the jackfruit. And whenever I go to a different country, I like to taste and feel and smell and interact. And so this is, I don't know where they found this thing, but we cut it apart and learned by doing it. It's apparently before you're supposed to cut this thing apart, you're supposed to put oil on your hands because it has some sticky parts inside that will never come off you, they say, once it gets on you. And so, but it was very good tasting. I don't know if we have any pictures of it inside, but okay.
What does it taste like? Can you compare it?
Kind of a rubbery texture. It's more sweet than savory. It's yellow on the inside. It comes in little individual pods with a seed inside of it. I don't know if there's a fruit that has a flavor like it or not. I can't think of one.
Okay. Let me tell you, I tried a lot of new things there. I am not an animal person, and that cat wouldn't leave me the whole trip. So eventually I had to be friends with her. But yeah, like I tried a lot of new things, and that was one of the things I'm proud of myself for doing. What about the gecko? Was that your friends too? Well, yeah, he was there the whole trip.
I know we play games. I think the rest work a little bit somewhere. I was playing around all the time.
For any of you who've ever gone overseas on a mission trip, part of the problem is communicating what the needs are. And we don't want to go down there and just waste our time. We don't want to go down and do things that aren't helpful. One thing nice about Jamaica, they do speak English, although it's hard to understand. It's a different kind of English. And so when we got down there, we discovered that some things weren't the way we had thought they were going to be. And so Christopher and others were running around trying to purchase equipment and stuff. And so the guys here made the best use of their time, it looks like.
I think part of the problem was Christopher missed a flight. He was supposed to be there one day before to set up some stuff, and that didn't happen, so it delayed us for about one day. This is a little bit of the planning for starting to lay the tile. The floor, as you can see in here, was pretty messed up. Like it wasn't level. There was about 3 inches difference from one end to the other. A lot of potholes and stuff like that. So it's like it was pretty hard trying to figure out how to lay the tile. They apparently don't put as much effort into finishing the floor, and they let the tile guys deal with it. So they actually lay the tile the way we lay like cinder block. They mix a pretty thick mortar, and they pour it probably about 2-3 inches thick, depending on how the floor is. So then they level it while they're laying the tile. So it goes really slow compared to the way we lay tile.
one thing that impressed me is two cultures coming together, different ways of doing things. You think that, and I'm not a tile person, but you think tile is tile, but apparently there's different ways of doing it, and to watch the two cultures coming together, working together, but to me it was miraculous, and it's kind of, it brings tears to my eyes to think about, I'm really proud of our team for saying, okay, this is the way we do it, how you guys do it, and just, working together. It was miraculous.
I've never sanded cement before, and I've certainly not used bricks to sand cement before, and I didn't think it quite through that you really should cover your eyes or close it when you're doing it up above your head. You get cement in your eyes and your nose and everything. But I just think about these people. For 10 years, they were worshiping in here, and the ceilings hadn't been quite done, some of the posts, no windows, no doors, the floor uneven. And to think, one of the things that thrilled me the most, I think, was people came from Canada, from Yakima, Moscow, Pullman area, people that we had hardly spent any time with, many of us. And just the Holy Spirit just melded us together. And we worked so well together, we loved each other, and there was especially a small group the first night, like we had all these obstacles that seemed insurmountable in the time and the money that we had. And God put people together and they figured it out, and it was thrilling to see how well we worked together. And then to meet the people locally and see how they worked together was so exciting. They were so respectful, auntie and uncle. They came out late at night when we got to the airport, like 2 hours late, 11 o'clock at night or something. And they just did whatever they could do to tell us they loved us and they appreciated it. And people worked so long and so hard together. And when we were staying back at the camp, I was so happy because we didn't have to go outside to the bathroom, but we didn't always have water and we always had cold showers. And there was no washer or dryer, so things were quite different than we expected. And Sandy had come through and popped off some trees and made a mess of a road. Somebody's going to tell you that later, so maybe I won't spill those beans. Okay, I'll keep that one quiet. But it was so thrilling to see all these people working together. Who wants to say something about the food?
Here, I'll let Claudine. I'm biased though. So, food. It was, I don't know if you guys actually enjoyed the food, but it was nice to have some familiar, real food. That's it. So, yams and potatoes and
Okay, well, we did, was it 10 to 12? 10:30 to 12 o'clock? We had a VBS for local kids, and one of the things I saw that they did differently was, like, the kids really knew their Bibles cover to cover. Like, I was surprised. I didn't know a lot of things that they were answering, and I was just like, I need to read my Bible more. It was more like they were teaching us rather than us trying to teach them. They were really enthusiastic about learning and being involved in everything we asked them. We learned a lot of songs too. That was pretty incredible.
Just taking the opportunity here that we see this picture. The downstairs is where they've been meeting for a while. You can see a little bit of the upstairs here. The walls don't go much farther than that picture. The upstairs is supposed to be the church, and the downstairs is supposed to be the school. So they've been meeting in the school for years, and the upstairs not even started to be finished.
Well, I mainly just did like photo taking, and of all of them, like if you got anywhere near them, the camera, they like come be yelling at you, like want to photo taken. And there's like one little boy, like I don't know whose name, he's in a gray shirt, like whenever I had the camera, he was always like near me. So yeah.
Yvonne isn't here to speak for her, but to speak for herself. There was one little boy there she's holding that she said that she kind of she's not here. I don't want to be speaking and she's here. Her Jamaican grandbaby, she adopted unofficially. And that little baby, AJ, is his name, and he got really attached to her, and she got quite attached to him. And if she wasn't cooking or helping cook, she was usually holding little AJ. So they were quite a cute pair.
I want to speak on Chris's behalf, and I'm sitting by his wife, so that's probably quite foolish. But I can brag on him a little bit. He was an amazing storyteller, so it was really fun to watch him interact. And he's got a puppet there, maybe a little bit hard to see. And by the way, Yvonne is from the Moscow church. And I spoke with Christopher yesterday, and he said, please tell you that he prays for you every day, that he would appreciate your prayers and continued prayers down there. And it looks like there's a possibility of working with another church maybe in another year or so. You might want to think about going.
Just to back up on VBS, started out with 25 kids or so. Kind of kept growing every day, and the last day we had something like 82 or something kids. So it was, and the ages were like what you see here, 7-ish, 5 to 7 or so.
And these, they have a school here, obviously, and the bathrooms, they have nice toilets and sinks, but the only place you can get water is outside of both bathrooms. And once in a while, the water runs out. So one of the things that blessed me the most about being there with the Jamaicans is they are so happy. They are willing to accept life as it comes. And they laugh, and they sing and sing and sing, and they play hard, and they serve. And it's just a happy culture with almost nothing. The games we played on Saturday night, I hope somebody will talk about that. We didn't need any money. We just need to hug and sing and run around each other. And on Sabbath morning, they weren't afraid to stand up and to share whatever their talent was for Jesus. And they said, so let's all come up and share your talent. And they did that with a number of us, and people would sing or share a scripture. And I just want for us to not be afraid to share whatever talent God has given us, because it was such a blessing and joy. I want to say something too about Eliasib and Corneliu. They worked long, hard hours. And I want to say Jadzeah too. I think the three of them I was more impressed with than anybody else, and the rest of them did a really good job too. Natalie's not here to speak for you.
You can see here a little bit about what I was talking about, laying the tile with mortar. I think the first day, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we did about 90 tiles in the whole day. So, it was about 90, which is pretty slow for laying tile. You'll see it in the video a little bit later. This is a little bit about how they were mixing. They didn't actually mix in a bucket with a mixer. They just mixed it on the floor with shovels.
There we are, literally hanging out. That was painting in, whatever. That was kind of fun to stand in the window and do it. I was impressed too and really humbled by the rudimentary tools they used, like Linda was saying, standing in that fashion was really strange to me, but it was very effective. It worked well, and they used just such simple tools And the guy that was local guy that was doing the beams, I think you call them, he would use this platform made out of wood to stand on. You found in another picture, and took this. It was like a wooden box. He just filled with the mud stuff, cement. Excuse my terms. I'm not a construction person, but so correct me, somebody. But he just like mixed it in this wooden box and slapped it up there and used another like piece of wood to smooth it. It was just, he was very good at it, and he worked very hard. You might see it there.
The ladders in the other picture that they used that windows on, I don't know if they made them, but they were like lopsided. So you went up there, you feel like you're gonna fall a lot. So yeah, it's kind of scary for the ladders.
Pastor Stan is an excellent painter if anybody needs your homes painted. Hanna did a good job too. It was fun to see how much paint people got on themselves as well as the walls.
Now, is this wall that's being painted here the one that was being sanded?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is during this process we were trying to lay out the tile. We tried to keep the painters ahead of us so we don't end up dropping paint on the tile. So they started painting before we started the tile, but it worked out pretty good because by the time we got everything organized and how we're going to lay it and figuring out the actual layout of the tile, because we didn't want to end up with small pieces on the other end of the building when you get there. So, but it all worked out good. They stayed ahead of us pretty much the whole time.
So this is a church that's in the district that Christopher had ministered in before he came. Yes, it's in the same district and it's close by, but it's not the church that we did the work on.
The church we did the work on was called Lawrence Tavern. It was in the Lawrence Tavern district. Those are some imported churchmen. But I have to tell you, the Jamaicans really know how to dress nicely and vivacious colors. It was just a delight to look at them as well as listen to them. I want to say thank you to Hanna while we're going here for putting all these slides together and heading it up, even though she's not saying it. It was so precious to see the young people ministering to the children and how they bonded together. And Bob found a little portable photo printer. And so he took pictures of the kids, and the third day for their activity, they had a picture of himself that they could decorate, and they loved that. This Sabbath legend. In fact, that's Christopher's mother on the left with the hat. What a wonderful, and his brother on the right-hand side there in the gray, and then his sister and nephew just on the left. That was Diddy's. They had something, we had some young men that just loved taking chances, climbing bamboo and other things that we were just breathed about. Eliasib, I guess this was not his first time to climb bamboo. Saturday night, who wants to talk about the social?
They are really good about keeping the Sabbath until the sun goes down and then some. Usually we come to church and then we eat potluck and we go home and we do whatever, or take a nap or whatever we do. But they literally stay there the whole day, and then they have thing called social where like they get all the young kids and anybody that wants to come, and they would do some activities, and like the whole day you would think about God throughout everything you're doing, because most of their games were like church related. If not, they were fun. You didn't need to buy anything for them, like Linda said. It was just, you just had to be there and enjoy time with friends, and yeah, they do have a better team.
The one statement I remember before the social began, and I forget who it was, one of the ladies, and I'm kind of making up the word, but in my mind it was something like, joy is a choice. You can have joy tonight, or you cannot have joy. So we chose to have joy that night.
Before we get into the ride, let's see. Okay, you will see some fun things about the social in the video. But on the right, here's Jadzeah.
During the social, I really they play soccer a lot, and we played. It's me and 3 or 4 other probably 15, 16-year-old boys that we were playing soccer, and in the dark, and yeah, it was awesome.
How many hours have we spent in the
Oh, a lot. A lot of time in the van. Because, well, I don't know if you'll see in pictures, but part of the Hurricane Sandy wiped out the road. So usually it would take 15 minutes, but we couldn't go that way because of the road being washed out. So for the first few days, we went a long way around, and we were on a mountain, and so the road was very windy and very narrow and very holy, not sacredly holy, but very, and it makes any road here look very nice. And I don't know if there's a speed limit on those roads, but I don't think our driver knew or paid attention to any speed limit. And so we just hold on, and it was just crazy. But, and he was safe and everything, but it was, we were piled in sometimes sitting on laps, and one time we had, I guess it was a 15-passenger van, and one we had 19, and so we were on laps, and it was quite an experience riding. And no seatbelts. Did I already say that? Oh, yeah. I think the driver had a seatbelt, but no one else had a seatbelt, so.
The front row had seatbelts.
Oh, the front row. I never sat in the front. Okay. The front row had seatbelts. The rest of us didn't. So, yeah, it was quite an experience.
Another problem with the roads, they're really windy, and it's mostly because of the terrain. It's very steep terrain, so they have to wind around the hills and stuff. It's quite interesting to watch the houses that are built on the sides of the road. It makes our stilt houses look nice compared to that. They look like they just start at the bottom, and they keep building story up over story until you get up to the road, and they park their cars on top. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
So the driver, the famous driver everyone's talking about, is the fellow on the green. Freddie is his name. And our caregiver is up there on the left. His name is Theo. I don't know his real name. We've been referring to him as Theo. Donald. Well, we did take some breaks, and we got to enjoy some of Jamaica. It was pretty good.
This is where Christopher got his degree. He was on the way to West Falls, and we got to stop by and see the school grounds.
So this is the gymnatorium. This is where they have, when there's large gatherings, this is where it's held, and it really is also the gym. Yes, I was working there before I came here. work, yeah. So this is the infamous Steps to Christ. It's very steep, exhausting. Corneliu, did you run up? Okay. Show off. It's not impossible, but it's all very steep. So I was there for 5 years, teaching and counseling, and it would take my breath away every time. And then the jerk center. Jerk is very popular in Jamaica. You can get everything jerk. Whatever you eat, it can be jerked. So, yes, and jerk, when they refer to jerk, they're talking about the way of preparing if it's tofu, then it can be jerk. So it's different herbs and seasonings that are, indigenous to Jamaica, and foreigners think it's hot. We don't. But one of the premier ingredients is Scotch bonnet pepper. That's very flavorful, and some people think it's hot. Linda is agreed. And this is Wyeth Falls. It's a beautiful, beautiful hideaway in the south of the island. And we had fun. You can see, right? This is also going on the, what's it called? The zip line. Man, we had fun on that. I promise that's not Christopher. And these are the dreads.
I think that somebody tried that through security, and every single piece of luggage or anything that was in any carry-on was examined by him.
So we're observing the birds at Dolphin Cove. So he's putting on a show. It's such a show off. The fauna and flora. It's amazing. Tea.
I forgot to put the picture of Sandy. I can show it to you guys now, but basically this trip for me was definitely life-changing. I've never been on a mission trip. It was my first mission trip, and since I've been back, I feel like I've been more closer to God. I don't think I've been taking things for granted even when I was here, because I moved from Ethiopia, so I kind of know how it is. But being there, when we landed, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they clap every time the plane lands, because they're actually really thankful to be safe. Someone was I don't know who was there in the back, they were saying hallelujah and thank God, because they're actually really thankful to be safe. And every time we landed somewhere in Jamaica, they would clap to show thanks to the pilot and also to God. So even if they're not Christian, they give thanks to God every time something happened to them. So that was good to see. Also, the whole cold water thing, I am so thankful to have hot water. You guys don't understand how cold the water is. Especially when we got home from work, and if you were the last person to take a shower, it sucks to be you, because everyone had used the hot water and you're just left with the coldest water. And then there was one time where we came home and there was no water at all. So one person got to take a shower out of 19 of us? Out of all 19 of us, one person got to take a shower, so we were pretty sad.
I just wanted to say one more thing before, and maybe afterwards I can show you the thank you plaques and things that they gave us. But, there's a part of me, we've been on several mission trips, and I'll be honest, it is not easy preparing. It's fun, it's exciting, there's wonderful things. it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy to prepare, and it takes money. Well, there's the washout. But, you know, Christmas time, we could just stay home and hung out and everything. And, you know, I don't think God calls everybody to do the same thing. You know, there's ministry at home, there's ministry abroad. And I think it's wonderful when we follow God's will, because that's where we're going to be effective. But I'm just really grateful that we had the opportunity to go, because when I think about other people, it brings me closer to God and to them. And it makes me realize this world is not our home. Jesus is coming soon. And wherever we are, each day we can live for Him, and we can bless others, and we can be blessed.
Yeah, this is a spot in the road where Sandy broke her away like a mudslide. Both sides of the road were drop off about 100 feet down, and one of the sides gave way, and there's only about 4 feet or so around that you can walk by. And apparently a bunch of the taxi drivers figured out this is a good way to make money. They stake out on both sides and they pick people up. So you walk across and you can pick up a taxi and they'll take you wherever you need to go. So I think they're going to be sad when it gets fixed.
So once we got there, we had to hike up the mountain. I don't know how many miles it was, but it was quite a ways. And the road, it was like a country road for us. It was like two cars going past each other, the people walking on each side. And the cars were like a couple like inches from us each time. I swear. It was like really close.
I want to encourage everybody, you know, no matter what you know or don't know, you know, I don't know hardly anything about construction, and that was a large part of what the mission was there. But God will bless the willing and trusting mind and heart. And, you know, I don't be deterred by doubt and fear of inabilities in skills or finances, because no matter what you know or don't know, God can work with that. And so, to God be the glory.
If you guys have anything to say about the trips in your camp, once I play the video, it's over.
Through my whole life, I've been an Adventist. I always heard a bunch of testimonies on how people made other people, and saying that, oh, God put us together here, let's say on a plane, and we talked about it, and yeah, definitely they were sure that God put them on the same plane next to each other. So, and I think this is in this trip I got the same experience with a lady that in the way back we sat on the last flight too. We sat to each other, next to each other, and usually we were sitting with the whole group. But this time I was not with the group. I was like a couple of seats back, and somehow we started to talk, and we were tired. I mean, we were tired. We've been traveling since 4 o'clock. Well, we got up at 4 o'clock in the morning that day, and this was like towards the end of the day, and we were so tired as well. So we talked the whole way, like the whole flight. It was like a 4-hour flight, and she started saying that, I mean, she had lost her husband now, and then like a couple of months ago, and I remember Pastor Stan talking about like a story in the Bible that was talking about that this lady married a guy and died, and the tradition was that the brother of the guy that died would marry the other woman. So, and I told her, and she was saying that she was struggling with life and things like that, and that she didn't know what to do because she didn't want to marry again, because she said that what will happen if when Jesus comes, like what is she gonna do with two husbands? I just remember the story that Pastor Stan was telling us at some point, and I just told her, I mean, when Jesus comes, we're all gonna be like a family. There's not gonna be marriage. So, and she's like, oh man, that's interesting. That's cool. I think God set us together. You brought that message to me, whatever. So it was good, and we talked about all the good things. And she sailed across the Atlantic. She raced from Maine to England, and a bunch of really cool things. And I don't know, we talked for 4 hours, but she was so happy that we sat next to each other, because I got to tell her about Adventist, because she asked me why I was in the United States, and I just told her that I moved here because I didn't want to go to school on Saturday. So in Mexico we didn't have any architecture or engineering school there. It's from our church. So I moved here, and so she's like, oh, an Adventist. Oh, what is an Adventist? So I started talking to her about Adventists, and she was very, very, very happy that we actually sat next to each other. That's a cool experience.
Okay, he's just quick. I want to make sure that I want to thank everybody here, and I don't know who, and it doesn't matter, but everybody who contributed financially, through prayer and donations of all kinds, and you all were just as much part of the mission trip as those of us who physically went to Jamaica. And a person doesn't have to go all the way to Jamaica to work for God. It was a wonderful experience, and but I just know that whether it's at home or in your church, that there's something that you can do, and by helping send people, maybe you can't physically go, but you can support those who do go. So you're still doing something. You're still part of the mission work, and
There's three things that stand out in my mind. One was, just our own group. We were a varied group from different places, different personalities. Some were natural leaders and some were natural followers, but each time a certain situation arose, someone would bubble to the surface and say, this is a good idea. But it was miraculous the way it came together. Second thing I learned is you don't need an iPhone to have fun. You don't need a computer to have fun. Joy the choice. Third thing is they were very appreciative with what we did down there. I've got several people that if we ever decide to build a church here, they want to come help us build a church. So we got that resource.
And as the lone Jamaican in the church, I want to express appreciation for the investment in my country and with the people that are family to me. I know it was different for you all. It was home for me. It was different for you all, but you're such good sports. And I think you grew and I grew. It reminded me of why I came and why I need to go back. Because there is a work there to be done, and even though school is crazy up and down, it's just a positive work, a positive preparation for the greater ministry.
foot. It doesn't matter, big foot, little foot. It doesn't matter, big foot, little foot. It doesn't matter, walking on the King's highway. Oh, girls, how you feeling? We feel fine. Girls, how you feeling? We feel fine. Girls, how you feeling? We feel fine. Walking on the King's highway. Big foot, little foot. It doesn't matter, big foot, little foot. It doesn't matter, big foot, little foot. It doesn't matter, walking on the King's highway. Old foot, young foot. It doesn't matter, old foot, young foot. It doesn't matter, old foot, young foot. It doesn't matter, walking on the King's highway. Sister Hunter, how you feeling? I feel fine. Sister Hunter, how you feeling? I feel fine. Walking on the King's highway. Old foot, young foot. It doesn't matter. Old foot, young foot. It doesn't matter. Old foot, young foot. It doesn't matter. Walking on the King's highway.
Moses. Anybody knows who Moses is?
No.
Who is Moses? Say hi to Moses.
Hi.
Hi, boys and girls. Where did you see? Where was Moses first? Did Moses go to Egypt? Oh dear. These guys don't know you, Moses. You like his beard?
No.
Yeah, he likes his beard. Now, Moses has a special dance that he did when he went down to Egypt. Do you want to see Moses dance?
No.
Let me see the hands of those who can dance. Can you dance?
Yes.
You can dance?
Yes.
Let me see the hands of those of you who can sing.
Yes.
Can you sing?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to want one of you to sing for me. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. Wave your hand. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Yay, put your hands together for Moses.
Still want to see the dance.
You still want to see the dance?
Yes.
You want to know what the name of the dance is?
Yes.
It's called Going Down to Egypt. Yes. All right, and now you're going to have to sing with me. Now, this is my little song. So you're going to have to play for me.
Okay.
You're going to have to give me a boom. All right, you just follow me.
A reggae song.
Oh, where did that go? Bobby's taking. All right. Moses is getting ready. You have to give him time. You have to give him some. Moses, we're going to need you to help us out. He says his beard is getting into his mouth. Help us out here, Moses. He's flexing his muscles. Can you flex your muscles with Moses? And then you're going to dance with him. Can you stand with him? All right, and we're going to say, going down to Egypt. We are going down to Egypt. We're going down to Egypt. It's going down to Egypt. We're going down to Egypt. We're going down to Egypt. Go. That's good. Moses, you're a hit over here. All right, we're now going to come out of Egypt because as children of God, we can't stay in Egypt, you see. So we're going to come out of Egypt. Watch me now. So we're going to the promised land now. You want to go to the promised land?
Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to heaven. Who wants to go to heaven? Moses wants to go to heaven. All right, so we are going up to heaven. We're 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 going. Let me see the hands. Going up to heaven. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Put your hands together for Moses. Moses, you're a hit. Tell them bye-bye. Bye. See you at the treat.
I'm wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in Jesus. I'm wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in Jesus. I'm wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in Jesus. I'm wrapped up, tied up, tangled up. I'm wrapped up, tied up, tangled up. I'm wrapped up, tied up, tangled up with God. I'm inside, outside, side with Jesus. I'm inside, outside, side with Jesus. I'm inside, outside, side with Jesus. I'm inside, outside, side. I'm inside, outside, side. I'm
it again.
I just wanted to show you, they have a little plaque for everybody and a couple other little things that we'll put out front. And thanks again for your prayers and support in coming today and helping. There is going to be fellowship potluck in a little while, and we'd like to have you join us. And should we close with prayer? Father, thank you so much for this opportunity that we all got to share it in one way or another. And we just ask that every day that we'll spend enough time with you, that we will praise you for your goodness and bring you joy, and that you will just fill us with your love so that we can listen to your spirit and be available to bless anybody that you put in our path. And thank you that you're coming soon in Jesus' name.
In the world there's so much sorrow. People are in pain and worried for tomorrow. There is a hope that can heal all the nations. There is a love that can restore all creation. It is the love of Jesus Christ. It is His way that can make the wrongs alright. So Jesus, please teach us the way to follow you, and what we should do when we walk out of the pew. If you love me, feed my sheep, give of what you have to those in need. Take my love to the mountains, take it down to the streets. Find a lost pilgrim, wash his dusty feet. The Church of God is not just a building. In real love, it's more than just a feeling. But when we read the Master's word, we find the love is a verb, and we are His healing hands. So let us do our best to live up to the truth that we've been given. The strongest sermon we can speak is silent. It's the unconditional love that we're shining out and living. If you love me, feed my sheep, give of what you have to those in need. Take my love to the mountains, take it down to the streets. Go find the lost pilgrim, wash her dusty